How are you? We are about in the middle of July, and I know we've been talking about the summer slowdown and pretty big changes with the Postal Service and the economy, etc., etc., etc. And I have some things that I want to touch on today. So, before I get started, I just want to let you know that my name is Jenny. I do love having you come ride with me on these videos when I talk about things that are going through my mind, things that are trying out, and things that mostly have to do with reselling. So, alright, let's see. What should we start with? Let's just start with the summer slowdown. So, well, I guess, some of this is my fault, you want to say, maybe. So I went on vacation, and I gotta tell you, it was much needed. And I put all my stores, so, well, Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay, all went on vacation mode. I did absolutely nothing online, for my vacation, for my stores while I was gone. So no sharing, no renewing, or ending and selling similar, no sending offers, no nothing, okay? And, of course, that meant several things when I got home. You guys can't see the top of my head. The light might get a little weird. I'm going through trees here. Sorry about that. First of all, which meant that my Poshmark closet, I had, almost 100 pieces that were over 60 days old. So, Poshmark 60 day is kind of when it gets to the stale mark, right? So I've been working on that, and of course, it's one of those things, like, I might do 10, but 5 more, it kind of rolls over. So it's taken me a little while to get that caught up. And the other thing is, the same kind of excuse me, on eBay, a lot of those, of course, weren't renewed at the 30-day mark, which I do, okay, pretty religiously. I end it and then sell similar. And I got to tell you, the main reason why I do that, and I know this seems like a lot of work, and if I had more listings, I may quit doing that. But right now, I'm really trying to get these stores up and running to make, at least a good part-time income, not a hobby. Okay, if that makes any sense. It's not hobby money now. Even if it's part-time, I want more than what I got now. Okay, so I go and I end and sell similar for a lot of reasons. I'm going to talk to you about something else in a minute. But the main thing is just to check the market. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down. I adjust my prices accordingly. I want to stimulate eBay into thinking I got new listings. I'm very active, etc., etc., etc. So that's my normal practice, which I'm behind on. But not quite as critical, I don't think, as Poshmark. And Mercari, I don't know. Mercari, I have this love-hate thing with Mercari, which I don't know. I don't think Mercari is the greatest, and I'm kind of wondering if something's happening with Mercari, not good. And anyway, I'm not 100% sure on that. I just have a feeling. So that's where I'm at right now. But I do have to tell you, the vacation was still worth it because I feel energized, I feel motivated, I feel inspired. I've got plans for things going. My head is already working through the end of the year and getting ready for Q4 and actually 2024, believe it or not. Okay, so what am I going to do, right? I've got all these things working in my head, which I will share with you as I go along. So yes, even if it's just a weekend, take time to rest, you guys. Get out of your rat race or whatever you want to call it, constantly going, constantly trying to figure out how to do, make money and working. You've had to rest once in a while. Okay. So, I'm trying this strategy, okay? And it's a little controversial, but it's on eBay, and it's just the standard promoted listings is what I'm playing around with. And I've always used them because, first of all, I've always sold clothing. Okay. Now, when I started, the economy didn't suck like it does right now. Okay. Right now, the economy is bad. It's probably the worst it's been since I've started selling things on eBay. And in the beginning, because I didn't know any better, I just did what they told me to. So when I got to the promoted thing, if it said 5%, I listed it at 5%, and I just did that going all the way through it. So then, I started making some sales and watching my YouTube videos and all these different things. And people are like, I'm not giving eBay any more money than I already do. I don't use promoted listings. Well, I do, but I only use 2% or 1% or 3%. And then somewhere along the line, they changed it. So I think there's a bare minimum. Obviously, I don't do that. Then, and this is not all bad. I'm just changing it. But I learned about a way that you can do a blanket promoted listing campaign, which does take some pressure off, and you have to go through Seller Hub, and you go to marketing and then advertising, and then there's a way to put it in, and you can decide, if you're one of those sellers that wants to do just straight 4% or whatever you like to do across the board on every single thing. This is really convenient, and it can go on indefinitely. So I did that about a year ago, and I didn't really notice an increase in traffic. For me, it's always been about a third of promoted. But what I have noted lately is that what went from a third, it was my sales. It's about a third for sales and traffic, really. But what I have noticed is that 30% on my sales has gone up. So more of my sales are promoted, but not as much traffic. You know what I mean? So what I started doing this morning, I went in and I ended my continuous campaign because it's going to override anything that I do. And I have gone back, so when I end and sell similar, I'm going back in and I'm actually looking at what the recommended is. So let's just say, for easy math, okay, let's just say the recommended percentage for the campaign is supposed to be 10%, okay? I might ump it to 12, 13, 14, maybe even 15%, depending on what I'm selling, especially clothes, to get more eyes on it, for one thing. But I'm hoping, too, that I can push some of this stuff out of my store. I've got stuff that not only eBay and Poshmark thinks sell, but me too, okay? I want it gone. And so this is like a last-ditch effort to get rid of things that I've had for too long that aren't moving. And I'm going to let this go for maybe a month or two and then do an evaluation and see where some of my stuff is as far as getting it out and going from there, because I just got things that I don't want to keep anymore. I want them gone if they're not going to sell. Maybe somebody else can sell them or something, or they still have some kind of value, just not to me anymore. So that's what I'm trying with the promoted listings, is try to get some increased sales. So and I know some people are like, she is out of her rock picking mind. Well, maybe I am, but my thought process is I'd rather spend maybe $1, okay, plus my cost of goods, and get a sale than have something just sitting there collecting dust, taking up space, and not really making any money for me. You know, so that's the point, okay? If I can get it gone, I'm gonna get it gone. Okay, so there was one other thing I wanted to talk to you about. Oh, it's these new mail rates. So I noticed something. Never hear anybody talk about these things. I know a lot of resellers don't like using what used to be Parcel Select before this change that happened this month, because they don't get a rebate back from eBay when they ship out Parcel Select. But there are others of us, and I would go back and forth, it depended on what it was, okay? So I'm going to elaborate a little bit in a minute. But there are others of us who would use the Parcel Select because whatever it is that you're trying to ship might be pretty heavy, and to send it priority would be, you know, just ridiculously high for whatever it was that you were selling, okay? So Parcel Select would be a better choice for the customer. Well, now that they've changed it to Parcel Select Advantage, I think that's what they're calling it, you get the discount on your shipping costs through eBay for things that used to be just Parcel Select, right? Now you're getting your shipping discount. Okay, that's cool. Here's the other thing. Some things that I was sending priority, for example, jeans. I used to sell jeans, and when I would ship them, I would actually ship them either in a flat rate priority envelope or a padded flat rate envelope. And so that way, you know, that shipping cost was pretty much flat rate, whatever it was, you know. And I felt that that was the best shipping option for blue jeans, okay, or some kind of textile that maybe was a little on the heavy side, or shoes. A lot of times I would send shoes in a padded flat rate. But now it can actually be cheaper with this, cheaper for the buyer with this new Parcel Select Advantage, where maybe they were paying $9 or $10. Now the cost may be around $8. Now granted, they're not going to get it in 2 to 3 days anymore, but you know, that savings of $1 or $2 might mean the difference of a sale for some people. And I think that overall, I think that I don't know what eBay, I mean, the Postal Service was thinking when they decided to do these things. Maybe they're buying time, like, because of this, if they're getting more things that are Parcel Select and less things that are priority, that takes some of the pressure off of them, you know. But I'm liking it. I'm really liking it. The only disadvantage that I have found is scheduling pickup at your house. So if you have a lot of packages or whatever, you like to get your mail scheduled to pick up, you have to have something that's priority or they won't pick it up. You have to have at least one priority package or they will not pick it up. And so unless something sells for me on Poshmark or Priority, which is very rare for me to mail priority through Macari, I'm going to have to take my stuff to the post office, which isn't a big deal for me. I live close to 2 post offices, kind of halfway between the 2, so getting them there isn't a big deal for me. But it may be for somebody else who either sells a lot more than me or lives further out than me. You know, there may be other people where it was really convenient for them, almost necessary to have the scheduled postal pickup. So that is something that, you know, has changed. maybe not for the better, but for the most part, I'm kind of liking it. It makes it so much easier as far as getting the calculated shipping in, and you know, I like it. To me, it doesn't seem to matter. You know, I don't care if it takes them 5 days versus 3 days to get their package. To me, that's not such a big deal. They know that this is what happens on eBay or some of these other sites, that they're not going to get their package tomorrow. Like, it's not Amazon, you know? And people know that, and I think they're willing to accept it. So, this is where I'm at today as far as strategies, observations, and my thoughts on things. I do hope that you're finding these things, these ride with me's, helpful, because I'm multitasking, you know, trying to get my YouTube videos in, share my thoughts, etc. And if you do, if you could subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. I'm really trying to get up to over 2,000 subscribers. So maybe I need to start telling that at the beginning of the videos, but if you've listened this far, you know now. I need 2,000 subscribers, okay? I really do. I need that. I need to get my watch time up. So, you know, if there's any value that you find in this and might help somebody else, give it a share. And then please, I'd love to hear from you, even if it's just to say hi. Give me a comment down below. It helps me to know. I mean, I know that I have some people that have been listening to my videos since way back when they had the adpocalypse. But if you're newer, just say hi. I'd like to get to know you too, okay? So I'm going to sign off because I don't have much more to say. I hope everybody has a great day, and I will get back to you as soon as I can, okay? Bye.